Cruise lines are booming, and it could be tough deciding which is the best cruise line for you. In this video, we're going to be ranking cruise lines from worst to best, subjective to the cruiser. What I consider number 1, you may consider number 10. What you consider number 10, I may consider number 1. All in all, you'll have a ton of details on some of the most popular cruise lines so you could choose the right one for you in 2026. We're about to get into all the details. If any of you guys are new here, consider dropping a like and a sub. Leave your thoughts in the comment section below. And let's get to the video. Starting off at number 10, we have to go with Carnival Cruise Lines. How many of you guys knew Carnival was going to be first on the list? Well, Carnival, it just so happens to have that type of reputation. Now, Carnival has some of the most affordable pricing per passenger in the cruise line industry, and this makes it more accessible for people from all walks of life. But I personally don't believe that it's the people that give Carnival a bad rap. From my personal experience on Carnival Cruise Lines, it seems like they very often try to nickel and dime you. Always someone trying to hustle you to buy a drink, hustle you to take a photo so you can pay an upcharge on it later on in the evening. They seem to have an inordinate amount of staff designated to generating these additional sales at the most inopportune moments, instead of using that staff to provide you better service. A bunch of crew members walking around trying to sell you specialty drinks, but nobody available to take a drink order. Now, I personally had some minor gripes with the Carnival Cruise Lines, but it didn't take away from my overall experience on the ship. After all, a cruise is what you make it, and Carnival Cruise Lines are considered the fun ships, bright lights, and endless guys burgers. Overall, Carnival Cruise Lines are designed for travelers who want to maximize fun and minimize cost. Now, in regards to the food, it did not disappoint. In fact, oftentimes it was surprisingly good. The cabins on Carnival Cruise Lines are very basic. The entertainment on Carnival attempts to be big and bold, but comes across as a little rough around the edges, and oftentimes seeming a little disorganized. The service from crew members varies, and our cabin steward was amazing, but coming across some other crew members throughout the ship having like bad days or poor attitudes somewhat takes away from the overall experience. It kind of reminds you that you're just a guest on this ship, and it just takes away from the feeling of receiving good hospitality. Carnival Cruise Lines are kid friendly and have a host of events to keep the kids busy. One of the downsides for Carnival Cruise Lines is that it lacks more options for fine dining and those quiet, memorable moments. They do have adults-only Serenity Lounges where you can get away from all the hype. But in my experience, those Serenity Lounges are not properly attended to. It would have been nice to see the bar in the Serenity Lounge open at decent hours. If you guys are into the party at sea type of vibes, then Carnival is the cruise line for you. Moving on into number 9, MSC Cruise Lines. They're one of the cruise lines that dominate the European market. These ships are big and flashy. There's glass everywhere. The pricing on MSC Cruise Lines are usually lower than their competitors. And mainly because of the lower pricing, it usually leads to an inconsistent cruising experience. As service, it comes across as inconsistent and somewhat uneven. And the food is just as inconsistent. It could range from just surprisingly excellent to subpar. MSC Cruises offer something called a yacht club, and this is like a cruise within a cruise, a ship within a ship, and yacht club members get priority service. They have their own private pool, butler service, and additional specialty dining options. And of course, this is all an additional cost. Without paying that additional cost for the yacht club, MSC Cruises can be hit or miss. Basically, your cruise on MSC, it's gonna be a gamble. Now, coming in at number 8, Holland America. These ships lack all the bells and whistles that we have become accustomed to in cruising. You're not gonna have any water slides or zip lines, no rock walls. It's a more calm and refined type of vibe. Think piano lounges, cooking classes, and lectures on your next port. One of the things that Holland America does best is destination immersion. If you're into glaciers, national parks, and wildlife, then Holland America may be perfect for you. They're really big in the Alaskan market, as they own their own lodges and rail cars, and this helps to extend your experience past the cruise ship. The service on Holland America is polished, and the crew is well trained, taking pride in the service that they offer. You can see the efforts from the crew and staff to maintain the Holland America brand. What seems to be the one drawback for Holland America is the older demographic, and the energy on the ship reflect that. There's fewer kids and fewer high energy type of events. Holland America is also limited on the nightlife options. Moving on into number 7, Norwegian Cruise Lines. Some cruisers note that they like the freestyle feeling on NCL. There are no fixed dining times, there are no dress codes, and it doesn't have the rigid structure that you come to see on other cruising options. One of the turnoffs on Norwegian Cruise Lines are the nickel and diming, and this is especially noticeable in the food quality. If you're not paying the additional cost for specialty dining, then you could have a mediocre dining experience, as the best food is known to be offered in specialty dining, and that comes at an additional cost. Norwegian Cruise Lines does have great entertainment, Broadway production style shows, and they also have a great nightlife. But one thing to note is that Norwegian can begin to feel very expensive when you're adding up all the additional costs, as is the case for a lot of other cruise lines. But those additional costs for drink packages, excursions, Wi-Fi, and dining upgrades, that stuff can add up. And without paying those additional costs, the overall experience can seem pretty basic. Norwegian Cruise Lines are fantastic for couples and friends who enjoy the nightlife, but family and budget-friendly travelers may feel turned off by all of the nickel and diming. Now coming in at number 6, Princess Cruises. These cruises normally dominate the Alaska region, as they also have private lodges and trains. These are classy and beautiful ships without feeling all too stuffy. The food quality on Princess Cruises are strong, and they have even better specialty dining options. The Italian restaurant Sabatini's and the Crown Grill Steakhouse oftentimes get high praise. They also offer medallion class technology, a wearable wrist card, so you no longer have to carry your key card around or worry about losing it. One of the downsides for Princess Cruises are limited entertainment and limited nightlife. And Princess Cruises are best for couples and families that are looking for that classic cruise experience. Now moving on into number 5, Disney Cruise Lines. Known to be the ultimate cruising experience for families, as Disney's cruise line kids clubs, they're just unmatched. But it's not just a cruise line for kids, as Disney has gone a long way to provide service and entertainment for adults, with adult-only pool lounges and shows. And their shows are top-notch, Broadway quality productions. Disney Cruise Lines also offers great fine dining, and although Disney fares are much higher than the competitors, damn near double the price, it shows in your cruising experience. Your cabins will be larger than average, and the service is impeccable. And now we're moving into the number 4 spot, Celebrity Cruises. They are the epitome of affordable modern luxury, with sleek architecture, rooftop gardens, and stylish lounges. They are also known for their magic carpet elevating platform, and dining is one of the biggest strengths of Celebrity Cruises. Passengers are mostly made up of adults, couples, and foodies. It's basically a more refined atmosphere. The entertainment is polished and the service is great, with a high crew to guest ratio. This mainly means you will need or want for nothing. Celebrity Cruises are not as family friendly as some of the other cruise lines on this list, and it has a low energy type of vibes. There are no water slides, go-karts, rock walls, zip lining, none of that. They know what they do well, and they remain steadfast at it. Their primary focus will be on style, service, and good food. And if you're like me, that just may be perfect for you. We made it. We are in the top 3. And to start off our list of the top 3 cruise lines, we have Royal Caribbean, known as the ultimate all-around cruising experience, as Royal Caribbean has something for everyone. Greenery and quiet moments at Central Park. They also offer surf simulators, zip lines, rock walls, aqua theaters, ice skating rings, and even robot bartenders. Royal Caribbean is known for their high entertainment. And one of the things that I like most about Royal Caribbean is that you can have an absolutely amazing time without paying any additional cost. Although I would like to add, there are additional costs if you want to experience certain types of dining, entertainment, or to even purchase Wi-Fi. One of the turnoffs for some travelers will be the large crowds. These are large ships, and some of them house up to 6,000 passengers. But if you're one of those travelers that want to experience a little of everything that the cruise line industry has to offer, then Royal Caribbean is the choice for you. Now coming in at number 2, Virgin Voyages. Now I'm a bit biased here as these are adult only cruises. They have over 20 dining venues and they're all included. Gratuities are also included and the Wi-Fi is free. Soda is free. Overall, it feels like a trendy all-inclusive resort with immersive entertainment. Now these cruises can get a bit more wild, but if you're 50 and under, you're sure to have a great time. One of the turn-offs for Virgin Voyages are their limited itinerary. And now we're at the number 1 spot, ranking cruises from worst to the best, and none other make it to the top spot than Regent Seven Seas, the gold standard, the 5-star white glove ultra luxury cruising experience. These are smaller ships housing about a few hundred passengers, and this means no lines and no crowds. They offer some of the best service and they have the highest crew to guest ratio in the cruise line industry. The cabins are suites and they all have balconies, and the dining on Regent Seven Seas rivals that of Michelin star restaurants. And almost everything on your cruise will be all included. Flights, transfers, dining, wine, excursions, gratuities, they're all rolled into the fare. There will be no nickel and diming on the Regent Seven Seas. And all of their cruises offer exotic itineraries. The one downside to considering a Regent Seven Seas cruise is indeed the pricing. These cruises are extremely expensive, but they also offer you the very best cruising experience. And that makes up our list of the top 10 cruises ranked from worst to best. I'm curious to know which cruise you'll consider for 2026. Share it in the comment section below. If any of you guys are new here, you found this video helpful, consider dropping a like and a sub on your way out. I'll catch you on the next video.